In a world where the boundaries between fire and ice collapse, a darkness stirs deep within the earth, ready to consume every living breath today. Hell Island stands as a testament to nature's fury, where the heat of the core meets the freezing touch of the heavens in a deadly dance. The very foundation of the world is tearing apart as the molten blood of the planet rises to reclaim what was once lost to time. Monuments of old crumble like dust into the searing heat, as the ancient equilibrium of this sacred land is shattered by an awakening primal force. The air thickens with the scent of sulfur and frost, a herald of the coming cataclysm that threatens to wipe out the final traces of life. Destiny calls upon the forgotten legends of the past to face a terror that knows no mercy, as the world holds its breath in fear. At the heart of the chaos, the lake of fire begins to churn, calling forth a nightmare born from the deepest reaches of the underworld. From the liquid flame, the lava monster rises, its body forged in the heat of 1,000 suns and encased in impenetrable volcanic rock armor. It is the living embodiment of Hell's fury, an unstoppable titan that seeks only to burn the world until nothing but ash remains on the wind. Each heavy footstep sends shockwaves through the island, shattering the earth and announcing the arrival of a predator that knows no fear or pity. With a single strike, it destroys the sanctuary of the cold, turning majestic peaks into rubble and filling the sky with the steam of conquest. Its roar is the sound of grinding stones and roaring furnaces, a challenge to the gods and a death knell for the balance of nature. But in the highest reaches of the frost, where the air is thin and pure, an ancient light begins to stir against the encroaching darkness. The Silver Wolf. God awakens, a majestic guardian of the winter, stepping forth from the shadows of history to protect the world from total destruction. His eyes hold the wisdom of the stars and the cold resolve of the glacier, focused solely on the monster that threatens his sacred domain. With the grace of a falling star, he descends into the heart of the conflict, bringing the chill of the north to the burning hell. Every step he takes is a miracle of ice, instantly taming the wild flames and reclaiming the scorched earth for the spirit of the winter. The scars upon his face are maps of his duty, reminders of the many ages he has spent guarding the thin line between life and ruin. His howl pierces through the sound of the volcanic storm, a rallying cry that echoes across the island and brings hope to the dying world. Two titans now stand at the edge of existence, representing the primal forces of creation and destruction in a final, desperate confrontation for survival. The battle begins with a flash of heat as the monster strikes, but the wolf moves like a ghost through the smoke and the flames. Icy breath meets infernal flame in a violent explosion, blinding the battlefield with thick white steam and hiding the movements of the two warriors. Moving with supernatural speed, the silver wolf becomes a blur of white light, striking from the shadows of the mist with lethal and divine precision. His claws, sharp as diamonds and cold as the void, tear through the hardened rock skin to reach the burning heart of the ancient beast. The earth itself rebels under the monster's command, erupting in pillars of fire to trap the wolf in a cage of heat and molten stone. Navigating through the wall of flames, the guardian refuses to break, his spirit fueled by the weight of the world he was born to save. The size of the enemy is overwhelming, a mountain of fire standing against a single soul, yet the wolf shows no sign of yielding today. A brutal strike sends the protector crashing into the stone, the impact shaking the very mountains and burying the hero under a tomb of ice. Silence falls over the valley as the light begins to dim, and the shadow of death looms over the guardian, who has given his all. In the quiet of the snow, a heartbeat remains, a steady rhythm of courage that refuses to be extinguished by the heat of the enemy's wrath. Calling upon the ancient spirits of the mountain, he gathers every ounce of remaining frost to prepare for a strike that will decide the future. His essence ignites with a power beyond mortal understanding, transforming him into a vessel of pure divine energy and the coldness of the deep stars. The language of creation manifests around him, ancient runes of protection and balance that have not been seen since the dawn of the First Age. Sensing the danger, the monster discards its shell, becoming a tidal wave of molten fury that threatens to drown the entire island in liquid fire. It is the final surge of a dying world, a desperate attempt to incinerate everything before the light of the stars can claim its victory. With a leap that defies gravity, The silver wolf soars into the sky, a beacon of hope shining against the backdrop of a burning world's end. He becomes the storm itself, a falling comet of absolute zero that will pierce the heart of the inferno and restore the balance of the world. In one perfect moment of frozen time, the divine blade of the wolf finds its mark, striking the core where the monster's life begins and ends. The collision of worlds releases a shockwave that purifies the air, a silent scream of power that signals the end of the long, dark night. The heat dies away as the monster is turned to stone, its rage finally quelled by the eternal cold that only a god can bring forth. What was once a titan of terror is now nothing more than dust on the wind, returning to the earth from which it was so violently born. The guardian remains, standing silent and proud upon the ruins of the battle, his duty fulfilled once again as the world begins its slow recovery. A new dawn breaks over the horizon, bringing the warmth of life instead of the heat of destruction to the shores of this scarred and ancient land. Life finds a way to return as the first green leaves push through the gray ash, a promise that the cycle of nature will continue forever. The legend of the silver wolf will live on in the wind and the snow, a silent reminder that the balance will always be protected by him.